Spirit their forward pack are aiming for each other, and the way they take one player in particular, Joel Fulton, like as soon as one way he's playing and one way he's leading, he's their leader of their pack, and he rips in and they all follow after him. The two halves, you saw Benji Marshall out on the right hand side, they've had a couple opportunities here, and then Winnip on the left, that lovely little kick in the bed, some great touches. Their control at the moment is 8-1 in these conditions.
Well, 27 minutes gone, we are in an indefinite delay at the moment. Now, apart from the Storm being the best on ground so far, we did have plenty of highlights before we call a halt to play.
Yeah, the first try was scored. A beautiful rubber kick here from Gareth Winnip. Roger took a glass of sugar, I think, thought that the garbage going to go over. The ball's going to go over the dead ball. They end up scoring there in the left corner. Once you're weak in these conditions, you're not going to get a next second opportunity. It was all mid-rain, and as you saw, the water pouring out of the sky. It was mid-rain. Dummy, ducked underneath the tackle. Scored their second try.
We do have reports that this is unprecedented, and our statsman David Milton has just had a quick flick through the history books. A game has never been called off after it started, so hopefully we will see a return to play. What's your forecast, Freddie?
My forecast is I'm just enjoying the moment. It's fantastic. The crowd out here.
Fans like
They're not just spirit, they're getting into it. So these boys have got a real responsibility to come out. I think that's what their coaches will be impressing on them, because if we've never seen it, it's never happened to them. So this is going to be something new to the players as well, to be able to come on and turn it on. It'll be so good to go off, you can have a giggle, get in the shed, regroup, a bit of rubbish talk going on, and then get back down there and smash up again. Who gets the advantage? The Dragons or the Roosters? I think it's the Dragons. The Dragons have got all of that minute, but the way they're playing, I think the advantage is the Dragons for sure.
I'm going to go now down into the tunnel. We've got referees boss Tony Archer. He's with us. Tony, what's the latest? What's happening down there? What do you know?
Yeah, well, I can just tell you that the game was suspended temporarily by the referee due to the danger, the nature of the conditions, the hail, obviously, the lightning. As a result, the referee has the power to temporarily suspend the game, which he did at this stage.
Hey Tony, is it just the lightning? Is that the safety issue, or did they find the hail was also a safety issue?
Yeah, it's probably a combination of all the conditions at that stage, Brad, that we needed to ensure the safety of all the players and everyone involved on the field, so we decided it was appropriate to suspend play at that stage.
Have we got a time limit? How long we can suspend the game for?
Now, obviously, it's something that we'll assess it in an ongoing nature. It's obviously due to the weather, we'll just keep checking it. Play is just suspended at this stage, and it'll restart with a kick-off from the Roosters. Obviously, the last play was a try to the Dragons, and we'll go from there.
What's your process now, Tony? What time limit are we giving on this?
At this stage, it's too early to determine. We'll continue to monitor conditions and take in all the relevant information, and then we'll make a determination at an appropriate moment.
I imagine you're kind of feeling your way through this like everyone else at this point.
Yeah, pretty much we're in the hands of the weather at this stage.
Well, we're like you, Tony. At the moment, we're under shelter, but as I can see, it just seems like it's rain out there at the moment. There's a bit of sun coming across. So how long will it be from the time you decide to when we kick off?
We'll go through that. We'll obviously give the players an opportunity to warm up again and get back into play. It really depends on how long the break is.
Well, they're ready, Tony. I'm telling you. The crowd's ready, mate. Get them out there.
Yeah, no worries, as long as the conditions are safe.
All right. Thank you very much, Tony. We appreciate him joining us. And as we said, we haven't dealt with anything like this ever, really, have we?
That's great. That's great. How good is it? It'd be great to be playing.
I can see you two just grinning like Cheshire cats. You're absolutely loving it.
Well, you don't get tired in the rain. I can't remember a game in the rain where you get tired. It just seems to invigorate you.
But how does it change the game from here on in?
Well, it changes the way you attack with the slippery ball. And I think that suits the Dragons with they've got a lot of forwards with footwork. Benji Marshall will change the angles up. And the big thing for a halfback and 5'8", your kicking game has to be spot on. Did you like how Benji just punching them into the sideline? Well, it's a game plan, obviously, to keep Roger Tuivasa-Sheck bringing that ball back. As we can see the speed floating there, floating down the aisle somewhere. And it also, it gives it, they have a lightweight forward pack, the Dragons, so to contain the bigger Roosters
Alert 6 breaking news from Huntingwood in Sydney's west as dozens of crews battle a fire which broke out after a warehouse collapsed. Lest we forget, 100 years on, Australians pack Anzac Day services to remember our servicemen and women who made the ultimate sacrifice. A wild storm lashes Sydney and surrounding areas, dumping heavy rain and hail in the Blue Mountains. And Royal Stitch Up, the young couple who caused a big stir outside a mountain hospital. That's all in 9 News. See you at 6.
Today's the day Dad brings home our brand new Honda Colorado. Dad says it's got all the bells and whistles and that it can go anywhere. Which is good because, well, we live in the middle of nowhere. It's got 3.5-ton towing power and lots of grunt under the bonnet too. We got a shiny new red one. Well, round here, it doesn't look new for long.
Holden, Colorado, from 38,990 drive away.
Let's go there!
Welcome back to Allianz Stadium. The sun trying very hard there to poke through these clouds that have absolutely decimated this match. In the 27th minute, called off. The Dragons were leading 10-0 at that point. We are in an indefinite suspension. We've just spoken to referees boss Tony Archer. He said that he's just trying to work out what is the safest and most practical way forward. The players, they'll be given a 5-minute warning if it is safe to resume play. Brad, at this point, what's the danger for these two sides? Do you accidentally put the handbrake on in the sheds? Do you get distracted by what's going on in the hail piling up in the field?
No, they're all professionals, you can see there. They're using the time out to great use. They're just relaxing, and there'll be, like you said, there'll be a 5-minute warning, and then they'll get together, they'll get their nervous system going again, there'll be some contact, and they'll get up and off the ground. A lot of the things that you'll do in a game, but it's mentally, Joey. Like, mentally, how do you get in with it? Are you relying on a player particularly to sort of thrust them back into the game?
It's up to the individual. You just got to get your head around what's happened, get your head around getting back out there and getting focused. And look, even if you're not, it takes one tackle, one big collision, and everyone's back ready to rock and roll.
Now the Dragons, much has been made of their defence, the red V wall. They've stood up so far. They haven't really rolled over to this mighty Roosters pack.
I've not been so impressed by the Dragons. As I said before the game, I thought the Roosters would absolutely blow them away. I thought the Roosters would win and win well. But the spirit of the team, the way the forward pack are playing, the coaching in particular, Paul McGregor, he's showing his skills as a coach. And they're just, one thing you can't coach is spirit. And they're playing with tremendous spirit. They're playing for each other. And it's great to see.
Brad, Jared Wirra-Hargreaves, we were surprised to see him take any part, but do you think he's playing injured?
Well, there's no doubt he's playing injured, but
they're all playing injured. Everyone's injured who's playing. No one out there 100%. They're all carrying injuries. It goes to show how tough they are. And the rain stopped. The rain has stopped and the sun's out.
oh, thank God for that.
All right, well, we're going to head up to Ray Warren in the commentary box, which is pretty much up in the heavens.
It sure is, Yvonne. And as you can see, and as the pictures have been telling you, it's brightening by the minute and some blue skies out over the city. And my weatherman, Gus Gould, is telling me that there's nothing behind this of any note. So there's absolutely no doubt this match is going to resume very shortly, and we are going to get a result. I was telling you that story back in 1975, how history repeats itself. It was these two clubs. I was calling from a card table by the sideline, adjacent to Frank High, Tiger Black, Alan Marks from the ABC and Cole Pearce, and it was horrific weather. Similar to this, and water was coming up over our ankles as we sat at card tables, and they got to half-time, and we all sought cover, obviously, and the half-time break was about 45 minutes, but the rival coaches were Graham Langland's captain coach and Jack Gibson, and it was left to them to decide if they wanted to complete the game. They decided eventually, yes, they did, but it was a break of some 3/4 of an hour.
I bet you beat all the other commentators to the best position, comfort as well. I must admit, I disagree. I'm different to Freddie and Joey. I wouldn't like this at all as a player. And I think it suits the Roosters coming off when they did, because everything was going along beautifully for the Dragons. I don't think they want to leave the field the way things were. unfolding for them. I would find this very uncomfortable as a player. And you saw a shot there of Jared Waerea-Hargreaves working on that pectoral muscle. And for a player like him coming in with a little bit of doubt about that, and once you warmed up and rolling and got the adrenaline pumping, you don't want that stopped. So, as they point out, this is a real mental battle for these players to come in and get going again, but not easy.
So the delay now has gone for 15 minutes, and you've heard from Tony Archer. They will be monitoring the weather. Well, the weather outside the dressing rooms is quite clear. The rain seems to have stopped. There's a bit of lightning out towards the east. Just repeating the earlier results through from this massive day of rugby league on this Anzac Day. The Warriors went down to the Titans 32-28 in favour of the Gold Coast, and the Cowboys, in another tight one, they beat the Knights 26-24 at Hunter Stadium. That's 5 wins in a row for the Cowboys. Joining us now from Rugby League Central is Todd Greenberg. Todd, thanks for joining us. Have you witnessed anything like this before in rugby league?
Well, we're in new territory, but I can tell you and the viewers, game will be back on shortly. We're just making sure the field is completely safe. We'll do that in consultation with both teams and our referees, but stand by. It looks like it's cleared. The weather map looks much better, and we'll get the game back on as quick as we can.
So am I right in thinking that Gerard Sutton is the sole person that made the judgment to stop the game, but that would have been aided surely by some of the brains that were down on the sideline looking at the lightning, looking at the hail?
Yeah, that's right. That policy is that the referee makes the decision, but we did provide him with some information, which is why we got the teams off.
How long do you envisage the break will be, Todd, from now?
We're giving both teams about a 5-minute warm-up, and we should see them back on within the next 5 minutes, so hopefully not too far away.
Have you got the power to shorten half-time?
We'll work with that with both clubs, but primarily we'll just get back on with the game, and half-time will be as it normally is.
What are we going to do if our news doesn't go to air till 9 o'clock tonight, Todd? Can you tell me